Hello everybody, welcome back. JudiciousFire. I'm on iOS. I'm just looking at the top AJ scores for the Android server. It's a little picture I'm taking a look at here. 1 minute, zero point 0.6 for BS UMMC, BS Marine Corps representative, and it should be that way. I am well behind, but I am not giving up. I just want to say I just made a video on great heroes to use for speed runs on AJ. It is posted prior to this video. And wouldn't you know it, this is the luck of video recording. By the time I was done posting that video, I had one refresh on the Here Be Monsters, and I pressed start, and boom, I went from 113.4 to 105, shaving off 8 seconds, 8.4 seconds on that last run. And my goodness, I'm just waiting for the refresh. It's going to take a long time. I want to point out one thing, and then I want to ask a question. It's a question I've always found to be perplexing about this game. Okay, I got a time of 1 minute and 5 seconds. I want to show you the incredible variance between independent stages and overall time. 9.8. Now, I can't remember or tell you that I got it on this last run. Okay, that's really the point of what I'm about to illustrate. Let's say I got that first run in 10 seconds. Okay? Second one. I'm in rank 5. Let's say I got that second run in 4 seconds. We're at 14 total seconds. Okay, I'm not on this list at all. Let's say I got it in 10 seconds. Not enough to make the top 5, but I got it in a reasonable time of 10 seconds. We're at 24 total seconds. I'm not on this list at all. Let's say I got it in 10 seconds. We're at 34 total seconds. I'm on this list at 22.8. Let's say 25 seconds. We're now at 59 seconds, which would be a record on Android and on iOS. 59 seconds. There is a tremendous variance, at least on the iOS server, between top times in independent stages and top overall time. It seems logical that I would have #1 ranking in the independent stages in order to come up with a total ranking of #1 for overall time. It doesn't work that way. Really an interesting thing. I like this aspect of Castle Clash. Even if I got like number 7th place, I could have still made overall top time. So one's achievements in the independent stages do not necessarily result in a low overall time, and vice versa. So I'm going to be shooting for independent overall time. I mean, I love Here Be Monsters. Use this team. Go to my last video. It was a play-by-play of every aspect of these heroes, all the way down to their trait selection. There are 3 to 4 ways that I immediately illustrate on that video where you could increase your performance in AJ. I have some enchantments that, I have like a burning plate on Anubis because I'm in a warden challenge right now, okay? When he's auto-procking, it would be better to have a victory lunge or something to increase his attack damage. That's not the point of this video. So the point of the video is to illustrate this team, to say that they are successful. Use them, beat these times, put up the biggest score, which brings me to my second point. Is there a game mechanics variance between the independent servers? Are the game mechanics running differently on Android as opposed to iOS? Does a talent or a hero function exactly identically in the Android environment as it would the iOS environment? Do we get the exact game performance? Are the servers running, and I'm not a tech person, okay? This is simply a general question. Are the servers running at the same speed or capacity? One would think if the Android server had a greater capacity for data, it might run at a faster processing speed in terms of the software. I have no idea. It's something that's always perplexed me about this game. I will say that, and my mind keeps going back to it. I'll wrap it up with this. I will say that there was a big variance that I keep going back to in my memory as the biggest illustration between the difference of Android and iOS. And it goes back to the old stamp game. There was a game where you collected stamps. I think you got 8 stamps the first night. And you would get 8 stamps the second night over this 2-day event. And if you collected all 16 stamps, you were able to get a bingo on I think it was a 4x4 square board. And when you got that bingo, you were rewarded with an overall board completion prize. And it was a prize of Revitalize. A Revitalize insignia. I guess it was a crest set, excuse me. It was a crest set. A Revitalize crest set. And it was in the times when creating a level 5 Revitalize crest set would take you 3 years, 2 years in the Lost Realm. I remember on Android, they were giving out, I believe it was level 3 crests. And you would have to then complete the stamp game 4 times in order to forge those level 3s into a level 4 crest of Revitalize. And I remember on the iOS server, iOS, I believe, and if I'm off by a crest set number, excuse me, I'm trying to remember, but I believe that iOS was giving out a level 4 Revitalize crest set as the big overall prize for completing the bingo game. Okay, well, I always go back to it in my mind because right there, iOS is giving a player a 4 times advantage. You would need 16 level 3s to come up with 4 level 4. I'm getting the math all confused. 4 level 4s. Well, you get 4 level 4s just by playing it 4 times on iOS. Thereby, you'd get a level 5 at 4 times the rate, is my point. So, ever since that, I mean, if you're an old schooler and you benefited from that slew of Revitalize that you could finally put together on the iOS server, then I guess technically in a neutral environment, if you sparred at that time in the game with an Android player, you would have a Revitalize advantage. Beyond that, it's a good topic for discussion. I don't know what goes beyond that. We're just going to try to keep it real here on the iOS server. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Let's run it out with a hero trials. Who are we going to take on? Let's take on Warlock with this AJ team. See, okay, well, Warlock. Okay, Warlock. You know what? With my luck today, we're going to win. We're going to be the first person. I'm not going to say in Castle Clash history. 105 gems. I'm not going to say the first person to ever win a level 9 talent rune. There's somebody out there, you know, in the European time zone. Let's say somebody on Greenwich Mean Time won a level 9 talent rune. I'm going to try to win a level 9 talent rune just for the eastern coast of the United States. Let's do it. Let's do it, baby. We lost. Okay. Well, everybody, it was great. Appreciate this catching up. And if you have info about the Android server and any kind of variance between game modes, please contribute to the discussion. Something that I've always wondered about. All right. See ya. Bye-bye.